Welcome to Friday Night Live. I'm your host, Yoon Kim. Let's see, let me adjust this camera here. I got a tripod finally, so that's a plus. Kind of lightheaded. Just drank a little bit. Um, let's get some air in. Coley Booster, WFJC. Welcome to my live. I think it's the first time I've seen you. And what's up? Long time no live stream, yes. Since I'm not on leave, I don't have a lot of opportunity to do a live video. So it gets rare. So let me try to... Caleb, what's up? Loza, what's up? Welcome back. Let me try to upload it on my laptop here so I can see all the questions. Okay. Have to leave. A lot, but I don't really watch anybody's live stream. Yeah, I'm the, I mean, a lot of people now started live stream, like JT started live stream, Clayton started live stream, but, you know, I think I'm the first one who started doing live streams. I'm not as popular, but, alright, so I got the questions on there. On the phone screen, I can only see, like, questions for, like, a split second, but here I can see it all. Probably gonna do a live for about an hour or so. Yoon, longest time. Yes, MX. It's been a while. Serena, what's up? Hi. It's pretty hot today. 88 degrees. Actually, it's hotter because I opened the freaking window. Have you had any broke any bones while in the Navy? No, I personally have not broken any bones. The most serious injury I've gotten internally, it's the double dragon where I was throwing up, vomiting, and had a diarrhea at the same time. Physically, just minor cuts. I'm usually careful. I know of some people who like smash their hands on like a huge metal door and fractured all their bones in their hands, and you know they have metal plates now to move their fingers. But personally for me, I'm pretty careful, so knock on wood, I stay careful. Mr. Durban Nation, what's up? Yoon, why aren't you collabs with other military YouTubers? Have you tried to contact them? I one of the biggest reasons why I can't collab is because I'm on the East Coast, and JT, Donnie, and Nikki are all on the West Coast. I like to do more in-person collabs. I don't like to do like over the video, and personally for me, I'm not in any rush. A lot of people, their goal is to get a ton of subscribers really quick, right? But I'm not really in any rush. I'm more of perfecting my craft first before I do anything. So once I get to the West Coast, 2-3 years from now, I'll collab with JT. He'll be huge by then, probably like 200,000, 300,000 subscribers or something. And maybe around that time, by the time I get to him, I'll have like 15 to 20,000 subscribers. But not in any rush. I have time, I have patience, so. But at one point, I am going to collab. I have reached out to some people that do stuff with Facebook. Can you change rates while in debt? Bloza, yes, you can. Your recruiter is probably not going to like it because that means your recruiter has to do a lot more paperwork, and your recruiter is probably going to convince you or say whatever needs to be said to try to discourage you from trying to change rates. But yes, you can change rates. Joseph said, I just got out of a broken arm before I get back to my NJROTC until unit. Hope it won't be hard for me to get back to PT. You should be fine. Wambang, what's up? Kind of lightheaded. My friend made me take like 2 shots of Jaeger, one Jaeger and one Jaeger bomb, and I drank a bottle of Platinum Bud Light. Kind of lightheaded. I'm a light drinker. I don't really drink. How was your 4th of July? My 4th of July was good. I spent it, here. Uh, didn't do anything special. Uh, my friends, they went to watch fireworks and stuff, which, yeah, it's cool, but fireworks is fireworks. I just took care of business. What video did I make? Am I drunk? No. I'm still very conscious. I'm just a bit lightheaded. You should drink like JT on live streams. I'll probably when I collab, I'll probably drink with JT. That's the most I'll do. Yeah, I don't know what video. I forgot what video did I make on my 4th of July. I think it was the 22,000 to 202 years video. Yeah, I just made videos on my 4th of July. Armin Stokes. If you could have any job in the Navy, what would it be? In my personal interest, CTI, speaking Korean, translating for Korean stuff. I think that's number one, pretty easy because I speak Korean, and CTIs. I don't know exactly if their job is easy or not, but I think I would enjoy it because there's a chance for me to go to Korea. I'd rather go to Korea than other countries. When does your leave end? My leave ended a long time ago, Wangbang. Like 2 weeks ago. That Friday, the leave ended. Can you change rates while in debt? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me kind of try to snap out of this. Yoon, in your opinion, is it better to marry a girl civilian or active military? Also, in your opinion, do girls go crazy for men in uniform? So, the first easy answer, I guess, do girls go crazy for men in uniform? I don't think so. Not at all. But that might be due to I'm in Virginia. Virginia, it's military heavy, right? If you go to an area where there's not a lot of military, people respect military there, right? But in a place like this where it's military heavy, like in Virginia, people just don't respect military people. Because there are good military uniformed members and there are bad uniformed military members. So, in terms of do girls go crazy for men in uniform, I would say it depends on the area that you go to. If you go to a heavy military military area, not so much. Maybe if it's rare to see somebody in the military, then probably. And the first question is it better to marry a girl, civilian, or active duty military? So, in my personal opinion, I would marry a civilian. Reason being is if you're active duty and your spouse is active duty, that's hard, right? Because, for example, right, let's say you have a relationship, you go on a 9 month deployment, and when you come back, let's say she goes on a 9 month deployment, then that's basically 2 years you don't see each other, right? And being in the military, if you do it for a 20-year career, that's going to be a frequent thing. That's going to happen over and over and over again. Not to say it's bound to happen, but chances are there. So if you marry a spouse that's a civilian, it's just easier in my opinion. It's not going to get anything hairy or complicated. You don't have to worry about, oh, my spouse, just got orders to go to California and I'm in Virginia. So do we move to California, or does my spouse go over there for 3 years and then wait for her to come back, or how will that work? If my spouse is going to overseas for 3 years, should I go with her, or should I stay put? Because if I'm trying to buy a house, it's better to put a down payment and pay for your house over 10, 20 years period than moving from place to place non-stop. Are you going to keep your hair short? I don't know, Anne. Some, a lot of people are telling me to get my hairline straightened up. I just don't. I don't really care with how I look all too much. So I mean, I'll go to the SHs in my ship and see if I can get it lined up, and if it comes out great, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I talked to a sailor with honor grad ribbon recently. He said you get it if the RDCs like you and sees you pushing 110%. You don't have to be the super smart or super fit. Yeah, those are, as long as your recruit division commanders like you. So in each week, right about there's supposed to be about 1,000 graduates, right? But along the way, because there's your division and there's 9 other divisions, so 10 divisions total. So, just kind of average out 100 per division, but not everybody makes it through to the end of boot camp. So when I graduated, there was about 665 people or something like that. But I imagine it started about 1,000 people. So with getting the honor, honor recruit, I'm sure there is some politics to it, right? I'm sure there is sometimes political, and I'm sure it's, sometimes fitness scores matters, or academic scores matter, but it all varies. There's different variables. If you're outstanding recruit, or fitness wise, or smarts wise, it all changes. My answer might kind of not be all too great because I'm a little bit not drunk, but alcohol is definitely influencing me. I do feel it. Okay, so doesn't the military try to put the spouses who are both active duty together if they can? Yes, if they can. But at the end of the day, whatever the military wants, they do. What can I bring to boot camp? Like things to pack. I leave on August 8th. Thelma, if you're in the Navy, you can't really pack for anything. All you can pack for the Navy is, your wallet, have some cash, maybe 20 to 50 bucks, your credit card, debit card, identification, driver's license if you have it, social security card, some pictures, address book. And that's really about it. If you are in the Air Force, right, when you go to BMT, they have their own little separate things. They can bring stuff like personal hygienes, but for the Navy, as long as you have your wallet, everything else is going to be provided. Like the clothes on your back when you come into recruit division or recruit training command, you either throw away or send back home. So it's kind of up to you. Got any advice for sailors currently at A school to prepare for the fleet? Enjoy A school. Every moment, take pictures, talk to your friends, make memory. Get in contact with all your people in A school, and any notes that you take for A school, keep it, because it's valuable when you take your advancement tests. Yeah, just keep in contact, make memories, take pictures, videos, build camaraderie, right? It's really once in a lifetime. Most people go to A school once if they're lucky. Maybe if they cross rate, they go to A school twice. So yeah, break soap and make sure you drop it in the shower. I know I've asked you this question before, but it was not clarified. But please, do they still pay those who retired from the Navy as long as they served almost 15 years? Retirement check starts at 20 years. So 15 years, then you just get, you don't really get anything at 15 years. So once you retire after you do your 20 years, you don't get your full military paycheck. So for example, let's say, I was an E1, E6, right? I was an LS1, and I did my 20 years, and let's say I was getting paid like $3,000 each month, and I retired. It doesn't mean I'm gonna get $3,000 for the rest of my life, because that would be crazy, right? The military only gives you a percentage. I don't know what percentage, but a small percentage, and it grows. I don't know exactly how much it grows, but it grows little by little. Nathan Ortiz, what's up? What do you know about APAC? So PAC Seaman Undeads for Air. They do a lot of work. I don't really know too much about them, but it's similar to Undeads for surface, but for Undeads Air. Yeah, they do a lot of the dirty work. Let me find. Okay, turn this sideways. Nope. 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 Alright, you know what? That's fine. Yoon, can we send you gifts? Maybe in the future after I get out of the Navy, I'll have like a little, P.O. box, but not right now. Your attention's enough. And if you want, just, anything else would be fine. But for now, your attention's enough. And if you want to really help me share this and, talk to your friends who are considering joining the Navy. Adam, what's up? Kevin Kakashi, I'm gay. Meaning you, not me. S-Pact is Undes. Dancy A. Packed Airman, yes. What if you don't take your phone to boot camp? What if you don't take your phone to boot camp? Nathan Ortiz. So, for the Navy, if you don't take you're not even allowed to have your phone in boot camp in general. So, if you bring your cell phone to Recruit Training Command, they're going to make you send it back. And you're going to pay $50 for shipping and handling. So, it's kind of not worth it to bring it in the first place. Just, write down your phone numbers for your parents somewhere, and somebody's going to bring their phone in Recruit Training Command. Somebody's going to have their phone. You just borrow it and make a call with their phone. Okay, thanks. Is HM... My rating is HM. Is it hard? I can't really say. I'm not an HM, but... for example, right, Thelma, about 2 weeks ago, right, there was a very serious situation in my ship where there was a individual, a civilian contractor, right? It was about 5:30 in the morning. And I remember this because I was sleeping and I heard about what happened later on. So this contractor came to work, right, to the ship to, fix whatever he does. He's a steel welder. And he had a heart attack. He fell. And when he fell, he hit his head on the ground, on the metal. And he cracked his skull. And he started, basically his heart stopped. And the HMs, helped him and revived him, the shock and everything. And thanks to the HMs and their training and, other essential personnel, he's alive. So HM training, does really matter. You might not use it a lot, but there are going to be occasions like that it really, it's a matter of life and death. I've been in 2 years. One person died on the ship. Another person almost died, but he got saved. Is it hard to run, and what's the time limit? 1.5 mile. Frederick Reyes. If you Google Navy PRT chart, you're gonna have the time you need for the mile and a half for your age and sex. So you can, if you Google that, you'll get the answer there. Yoon, what kind of comedy makes you laugh? For example, pick one of these cartoons and explain why. South Park. South Park, I like it. Futurama, Family Guy. Or you pick one. I like South Park. South Park is more... recently what's been making me laugh is, David Dobrik. I recently found his channel. I don't know how I didn't find it anytime sooner. But David Dobrik and Liza Koshy, like, they're a power couple, dude. David Dobrik, I really like his content. It makes me laugh. Let's see. Yo, Yoon, if a massive war breaks out with North Korea, would you fight against your brothers, i.e. the Kim Jong-un regime? Technically, I mean, I guess they could be my brothers, because my grandfather's from the North Korea, so I guess I'm quarter North Korean. But I mean, I guess so. It's what I'm paid to do. Sorry guys, if my connection is bad or it's breaking up, don't freak out. It should be okay, but this is my friend's house, so the internet connection isn't all too great. Do you guys hear me? Because it says very bad connection on my end. I just want to make sure before I continue with the questions here, you guys are able to hear me. Okay, so let me continue here. Do you know Naval the Beast? Yes, I do know Naval the Beast. He's the next one of the next biggest military YouTubers. Kyle Gott, I think Kyle Gott originally started it, and he built it up to 100,000, and he started collabing with Naval the Beast and JT Suits, and JT started collabing with Nikki and Donnie, and it's like a trickling down effect, So it's cool to see. People are becoming successful by helping each other out. What's your opinion on MA? I'm gonna be a security personnel soon, so once I do become a security personnel, then I work closely with MAs. Then I can probably tell you more about it. But as of now, nothing much. They hold guns and protect the ship and stuff like that. They seem cool people. They seem chill. Haven't heard good things about them, but seem chill. How can one advance to E4 once you go to boot camp as E3? You can't. In the Navy, no. In the other Army and other branches, probably. Because for my brother had a college degree. He went to Army and he was an E4 right away. But if you have a college degree and you go to Navy, you are just E3. College degree doesn't really get you anything within the Navy. Do you know anything about QMs? One of their duty is to hold the big wheel that is along with the ship. I think for traditional stuff, but nothing too crazy. That's really all I know about them. When you live on the ship, when you get dressed in the morning or get ready for bed at night, do you change in front of everyone in the berthing or in the bathroom? Everyone. When I take a shower, I take a shower privately, there's a curtain and stuff. But when you change, you're going to get used to it. You just strip down to your underwear. No one's really going to be there, no one on the right mind's there to like check out people in their underwear, if they did, that'd be kind of creepy, and you say, hey, look away before, I report you or something for sexual abuse, for looking at me change, because that's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, you just change and you just go to sleep. Pick K-pop or stripper music. I really like Hyuna. Hyuna is one of things she's very known for is in Gangnam Style. Hyuna was the main girl within the Gangnam Style, or the other one, not in Gangnam Style, but one of the other ones. Officer of the deck and conduct weather observation, keep the etc. Yes. Who is leaving in August on boot camp? On the chat. Nathan Ortiz wants to know. You have college experience under your belt, right? Yes, I am like 4 classes away from our associates, Danny. Have you started repayment and used the PSLF? No, I went to community college, so I paid for my college out of pocket. So I don't have any college debt. Which one would you dance to, K-pop or stripping music? K-pop. You have to wear proper clothing to dance to the music. Mr. Derper Nation, I would dance to K-pop. Isn't it like you can sign up for any rate? You can sign up for any rate that you want. But if they need more security on the ship, then anyone can be made into almost a military police MA. Okay. So I'm an LS, right? Logistics specialist. I've been temporarily assigned duty to help the cooks, the CSs, and I've also right now I'm helping out, hotel services, maintaining the berthing and maintaining, officer spaces. If you follow me on Instagram, okay, quick shout out to my Instagram. If you follow my Instagram, link in the description. If you look at my Instagram stories, you can kind of see what I do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so if you're wondering what I do on a day-to-day basis, check out my Instagram story and some of my Instagram pictures. All right. So security, there needs to be some type of security within the ship, right? And sometimes what they do is they'll request the security department, the MA, their whole chain of command. They'll request certain amount of people, right? Hey, for example, let's say we need 100 people from other departments that will train in security, and other departments fill up that position, and I'm going to be one of that for security, and I'm going to be trained to the basic degree of firearms, pepper spray, how to properly defend myself, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special, just basic training. But to answer your question, and yes, anybody can be made into a security personnel. What are you in the Navy, and what's your job? Please, MX. I'm a logistics specialist, and currently I'm working for S5 Hotel Services, wardroom. When you go to your first base, how do you know where and what time to go to your job? MTRX Faith, they're going to tell you. When you went to boot camp, did you worry about your family feeling like, what if something goes wrong while I'm away and can't communicate? If something goes wrong, for example, when I was in boot camp, towards like a month and a half, the guy who masturbated in boot camp. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but if you have, right? Well, for those of you who don't know, right next to where I slept, there was a guy who masturbated, right? You know, kind of at middle of the night. His grandmother died, and what ended up happening was they sent him home for like 5 days, and he came back, and everything was back to business. So if if an emergency happens like that, then your parents can call recruit training command, and say, hey, an emergency happened. We need him for whatever reason, and they'll come back. But you can everything will still be. You'll still go back to boot camp, finish out your time, and begin your military career. Hey, I leave late October. Loza, what's your rate? Bang bang. Failed mine. Leave for CTR. Guys, please don't hate me, but I'm an Army person leaving for boot camp in August. Awesome. My job in pretty much a drone pilot. Do you think that's badass or just meh? Give me an honest opinion. I think that's pretty cool, Mr. Derper Nation, to be able to fly a drone or assist in flying a drone. You may not necessarily fly a drone because that might be reserved for the officers who are more you probably just assist in the officers flying the drones, but I think that's still pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that, but I wanted to be a corpsman. Going to MEPS anyway. How long is the training you have to go through to do security work on the ship as opposed to the 3 months an MA goes through? I don't know. It's whatever the training curriculum is. I don't know if I could tell you. Even if I knew, I don't know if I could tell you. Are you a petty officer? I am not a petty officer. Do you know anyone that's an AO with a YouTube channel? I do not. Nathan, I do know some AOs, but if I talk to them and they want to be a guest in my video, I'll definitely do that. Do you think being in the military makes outsiders see you more as strong or more as loyal, or it depends on the branch? It doesn't really depend on the branch. It definitely sets a standard for you to be on time, be punctual with your work, be tip-top shape, like the movies, right? When you're looking at me, right, and when you think about military personnel, you think, hey, this guy is squared away, this guy is always on time, this guy is thorough with his work, this guy is the most stereotypically professional military guy, right? But really, that's not the case. I do have my weaknesses, right? Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes, I try not to be. Sometimes I do have my flaws. I do overlook some mistakes. But yeah. But stereotypically, civilians would hold military personnel to a higher standard in terms of being on time and being able to do your work, being able to do your job, and being mentally stronger than the civilians. The CO from my recruiting office have my paperwork. It'll be okay. Yoon, have you heard of ASMR videos on YouTube? Yes, I have. A while back. I thought it was a strange distinct, but a lot of people like it, so I think that's pretty cool that some people can benefit off of that. Okay. All right. Let me read more questions here. Do you know anything about minemen? Haley Hill. You are in for a treat, actually. actually have the Bluejacket manual. This is a book with all the rates. So, in terms of minemen, but before I get to your question, okay, let me I kind of skipped some questions. Let me go back to it. What if you get an ingrown toenail in depth or boot camp? How should you fix it? Fix it, you'll go to boot camp and you'll still be fine. I promise you. I got poison ivy. It looked like a serious bug bite, but it was a poison ivy, and I was still okay to go. Thanks. Is that a chicken wing, Dancy? You know, how often do you run the 1.5 miles in boot camp? I know you have mandatory 3, yes. So throughout boot camp, there's like mandatory runs, right? Like for example, in the beginning of boot camp, you might run, once a week for 5 minutes straight, and next week for 7 minutes straight, next week for like 9 minutes straight, next week for like 12 minutes straight, next week for like 15 minutes straight, next week for like 18 minutes, 17, whatever, and the final thing is like running for 20 minutes straight. So throughout boot camp, they train you for that. And yeah, it's up to you, within those time, how fast you want to run and make your time, make your mile and a half. Bucklau, what's up? I have a friend that leaves July 19th and hasn't looked up the start guide from the MEPS. What should I tell her to do? Nathan, if she comes in as E3, then she's fine, right? But if she comes in as E1, just tell her, hey, if you want to be like Yoon, who spent 2 years trying to take his third class exam, it's not worth it. For me, like, it's not worth it. Right? If I came in as E3, I would have been a third class or second class by now, 2 years later. But here I am 2 years later, in E3. I've only been able to take my advancement test once, because it takes 9 months from E1 to E2, 9 months from E2 to E3, and 6 months from E3 to E4. Unless your friend is going to a rate, or for example, like a nuke that's going to automatically promote her to a third class, which then I guess it wouldn't really matter. But if she wants to make more money in less time, study the depth guide. So, going back to Haley Hall. Sorry, I said Hill. It's because I'm kind of drank alcohol a little bit. So yeah, this is the Bluejacket manual. It has most of the rates in the Navy. So, here is mineman. Let me kind of read it here. I know it's kind of blurry on the video. Minemen, MN. Minemen's test, maintain, repair, and overhaul mines and their components. They are responsible for assembling, handling, issuing, and delivering mines to the planting agent, and for maintaining mine handling and mine laying equipment. That's all it has in terms of minemen. I know it's kind of out of focus, but yeah. So, assisting and assembling in making and placing mines. That's all you need to know, I guess, for minemen. How do you get command coins for doing some outstanding job, Caleb? So I got 2 command coins my 2 years in the Navy. One for winning an award. Second one for doing an outstanding job, going above and beyond. But I gave that one away. If you see my YouTube video where I gave away a live command coin. Wait, what book is that? It's the Bluejackets manual. You get this in boot camp. You get this in boot camp. Bucklau, what's up? Your messages have been retracted twice. Dancy Hickory with the spider web. Colin Duppin, message retracted. Elvin's Vlogs, what's up? How do you tell your SO? What's SO? and friends that you're joining the Navy. Sorry, I messed up earlier. Significant other? Bucklow? Bucklow, the only way you can tell your parents, significant others, and friends that you're joining the military is to tell them you're joining the military. There's no really other way of going around it, right? You can't sugarcoat this. You can't say, hey, well, I guess you could say, hey, during these times, right, where Russia is a threat, China is a threat, North Korea is a threat, they need the best people in the military, so I'm gonna join. You could say that, right? That's how I would do it. I would say, hey, they need the top people, the best people, smartest and the brightest people to join the military. That's why I'm going in. They might say, oh, you're not, they might jokingly say, oh, you're not smart or bright or, whatever the case may be. But, but definitely once you get in, it's going to change your life. Yes, more money and discipline. Using me as an example, $22,000 in 2 years, it's a very, very good deal. As long as you can save and live, within your means, very good deal. Very good deal. Colin Duppin, other than referring to people to the Navy, what's the best way to rank in boot camp? Also, show CTR if you could. What's CTR? So the best way to rank in boot camp, number one is the depth test. You only have very few limited opportunities to rank up in boot camp. Number one is depth test, delayed entry program. Once you sign up at MEPS, you're good to go. You're in the delayed entry program. They're going to give you a study guide. Study that, pass that in boot camp. So if you come in as E1, you're going to be E2. Oh. You're going to be E2. And once you become E2, right? That's not applied until the end of boot camp. You take up some type of leadership position. Whether it's, CTR, okay. Whether it's RPOC, AROC, MA, or head PO, laundry PO, not forward hold PO, it's not as important. Starboard watch, port watch, those top leadership positions. You need those and do a good job to try to secure a promotion. MX, I admire your discipline. Not discipline, not to spend, yes. You once said you've saved up to 22,000. Yes, I do have right now. How is that possible? Watch my video, man. Where are you staying? Right now I'm in my friend's house. Normally I stay in the ship. Harambe, what's up? Normally I stay in the ship and eat food off the ship, but I come out, spend maybe in a month $500 on food and stuff like that, whatever I want to buy and eat. When it comes to food, I don't really put a price tag on. Hey, I want to spend less than $10. No, whatever I want to eat, I just eat. Which is kind of bad because I'm kind of gaining weight right now, but I'm trying to go on a diet. I just ate like 6 slices of pizza, which is extremely bad. Need to go on a diet. Need to work out and exercise more. But yeah. In boot camp, significant other. Alright, I want more money and discipline. You want to give back to your country. Colin Duppin, this is kind of a way of giving back to my country, I guess. Other than somebody like me, I think I'm a pretty good person. A good person being in the military, doing the job as a good person, and also giving back to the country in form of help in terms of helping the future generation, which is you guys, to be more informed and kind of provide kind of an outline as to what you can achieve within your time in the military through my experience. Kind of, yeah. All right. My friends watching TV. It's a shameless TV show called Shameless. They might have a sex scene over there, but yeah. What do you recommend taking to boot camp? Squiddy. In Navy boot camp, right? There are things that you can take in Navy boot camp that you can't. It's different from Army boot camp and Marines and Air Force. For Navy boot camp, all you can take is your wallet, about $50 in like fives, in ones, fives, tens, and 20s. So take some cash, credit card, debit card, driver's license, social security, pictures of your family, address book, phone book. Those will be what's important. Okay, so I'm going to actually cut out this segment and make, like how I've been doing lately, making like a short segment of like a minute-long video featuring a specific question cut out from my live video. This is going to be one of it. So, Squiddy asks, what do you recommend taking to boot camp? So what I recommend taking to boot camp, when you go to Navy boot camp, right, it's going to be different from, Air Force, Army, Marines, and the Coast Guard, right? For Navy boot camp, you can't take your cell phone, because if you take your cell phone, they're going to send it back. They're going to make you send it back, and you pay $50 for it. So the only thing you can have throughout boot camp, is your wallet, right? Your wallet have at least $50 in cash, ones, fives, 10, $20, and credit card, debit card, form of ID, right? Government, driver's license or government ID. Pictures of your family, phone numbers, addresses to send letters home to your girlfriend, to your grandmother, to your aunt, cousin, dog, sister, whatever. And also a watch, a good functional watch, right? I personally recommend Timex. I have a G-Shock. It's very durable. I love my G-Shock. It's very durable. But Timex, the bands suck. The bands are this. Timex bands kind of break apart very easily. G-Shock, it's very, very durable, but the alarm on the G-Shock sucks compared to alarm on the Timex, which is really good. So that's what you should do. Bring to boot camp. Can you do study videos and topics are what's on the Bluejacket manual and what you'll learn in Recruit Training Command, like tying ropes? You're not going to learn how to, well, yes, you're going to learn how to tie a rope, but you're not going to physically do it. Well, actually, I have physically done it, but it's nothing serious. Okay, so somebody asked for, CTR, okay. CTR. I'm not finding it actually. Might not be here. Yeah, it's not here. Oh, let me see if it's under CT. Okay. So, CTs. Cryptologic technician. Depending on their special career areas, CTs control access to classified material, translate foreign language transmissions, operate radio direction finding equipment, employ electronic countermeasures, and install services and repair special electronic and electromechanical equipment. CTs require special security clearances, service rating CTI, interpretive, CTM, maintenance, CTN, network, CTR, collection, CTT, technical. So that's CTs. What awards can you earn in depth? None. I mean, if your recruit training with your recruiting station has their own little thing, I guess you could earn some awards, but nothing legit. Okay, it's kind of getting hot. Oh my gosh. And M asks, were you ready to go back to work after leave, or was it hard to leave your friends and family and go back to the Navy grind again? And it was extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. So my friend just asked me to try to drink with him again. I said no, because then I'm going to be drunk. So, and to answer your question, it was extremely difficult. The feeling when you come back from leave to go to the ship, once you get to the ship, it feels like Calibron sailor. You could probably relate to this. What's up? The feeling of going back to the ship after you come back from leave. So like the feeling I get once I enter the ship, right? I just came back from leave. The happiness, the energy is taken out of me and it goes to the walls of the ship. That's what it feels like. The ship sucks the energy out of you. That's how I feel, and not staying. Appreciate the stream. Dominic about to catch this summer league ball action. What's up from Yoko? WT Lee? Tokyo? MX, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Where are you, Yokosuka, bro? See, I wouldn't know, man. I'm not in Japan. Simon, what's up? I'm in Virginia. Can anyone get that book that you were using? Everyone gets this in boot camp. If you want it, David Dobrik just uploaded. I'll check it out after this live stream. I really like David Dobrik's, videos, dude. He's like the next best thing. Liza Koshy and David Dobrik is probably going to be the next biggest YouTubers. Those two power couples. He's hilarious, yeah. He scripts stuff, and like I try to like follow some of his stuff, like incorporate into my videos, like time limits into videos. Like his videos are always like 3 minutes and 41 seconds. So I'm trying to incorporate some of the stuff that he does into my videos. But I'm not nearly as funny as he is. I'm very monotone and boring in my videos. Okay. So this book, anybody can get it. If you want to order it online, you can get it. But it's not really worth it. If you're going to go to the Navy boot camp, you're going to get it there. And, if you want to read it now, you could, but it's not really going to help you when you're a civilian. Might give you a head start a little bit, get some ideas, but it's not worth it. Bell, Army Bell, what's up? It's been a while. Gonna message him right now. What's your thought on the new retirement plan versus the legacy plan, 20 years? Are you investing in TSP as well? Danny V, yes, I do have about $2,000 in TSP 20% of my money that I make is going into TSP, which I haven't really looked into. I'm not really interested in it. I'm not doing 20 years, but I am signed up for the Life Cycle 2060. Well, 2050 right now, but I'm going to switch it over later on to Life Cycle 2060. So TSP, in my opinion, right, it's like your backup net, right? Don't rely on thrift savings plan if you join the military as your retirement, right? When you are in the military, create your own retirement, okay? And once you create your own retirement, you use the backup net, the TSP, just as something to give you a secure retirement, okay? Don't use TSP as your secure retirement. It's not a good thing to rely on other people that manage your money. Relying on other people, no, it's not a good thing to do. Loza, have a good one, man. Do you need state ID to ship out? Can you just use student ID to ship to boot camp? Harambe, that's something you have to ask your recruiter. Student ID should be okay, or at least a government ID. If an alien spaceship landed in front of your driveway, would you have it towed? Would I have it towed? No, I would run. I would run. Is it easy to get laid in the Navy? It depends on your games, Mr. Brizzle. That goes along with every branch. Golf and Gavin, what's up? It's been a while, Gavin. Oh my goodness. What a presentation. Answer that. Can anyone get that book? David Dobrik just uploaded. While haven't made it to fleet, someone requires serious clearance. Yes, I do. If I don't get it by now, November, when I make you 3, I'm just going to route a shit to go surface pack seaman. Might see you. If you go to the link, if you come to the Lincoln, yeah. He's hilarious, yes. What was it like transitioning from dep to boot to A school, and A school to your command? Okay. Good question. Bro, McLovin. Good question. And good name. So, the question is, what was it like transitioning from dep to boot camp to A school, and A school to your command? Okay. So, from the dep program to boot camp. Right, that program, you might go to your recruiting station, everyone's relaxed, everyone's nice, talking, laughing with your recruiter, kidding around, enjoying your time, and your recruiter might just, give you some advice and, teach you some facing movements, left face, right face, attention to the sailor's creed, and then, what's your 5th general order, or, what time is it right now, and you say, 2042. Easy stuff, right? It's laid back. It's relaxed from boot camp, from dep. From dep to boot camp. When you go to boot camp, it's strict. You have to say, yes, petty officer, no, petty officer, and you have to know your stuff. If you don't know your stuff, you have to be ready for physical punishments, right? There's a lot of physical punishments throughout boot camp. JT, what's up? JT, I kind of understand where you're coming now. I kind of drank a little bit, and I'm not much of a drinker. I'm a lightweight, and I kind of feel it. And JT almost hitting 50,000. For those of you who are not subscribed to JT, for those 1 or 2 of you, check him out. Subscribe to JT. JT, okay. I did think of something actually today. And I promise I'm going to go back to your question real quick. But, oh, McLovin, I'm going to go back to your question. But I want to answer JT. I want to say something to JT real quick. JT, do you give me consent to have a printout of you in my rack, in my berthing, where I sleep? Because I'm thinking about making a video, and I think it's a good idea to have a picture of you right next to where I sleep. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make a whatever that guy, what was his name? Jose Travels, traveling with Jose. He had this that bunk video. I'm probably gonna do the same thing, but he had it 20 minutes, which is extremely too long. I'm probably gonna cut it down to like 4 minutes. And at the yeah. Michael Bearden, what's up? Welcome back. Make it a shrine. So McLovin, going back to your question, from boot camp to A school, right? Boot camp is very strict, right? It's like, hey, you have to do everything that you're told, and you have to address everybody by petty officer, by chief, and all that kind of stuff. But when you get to A school, it's going to be a lot more relaxed. Okay, I guess it would depend on your A school, but one of my first impression of when I got to A school, day one, when I got off the bus to check into my A school, there was a HT1. That was the instructor for my A school. And I said, yes, HT1. And HT1 was like, hey, please. Just call me, oh no. I said, yes, petty officer. Right, and he's like, please, just call me shipmate or HT1. Very relaxed. Very relaxed. Boot camp. Okay. Boot camp is the most ideal military lifestyle, but in reality, it's not. Once you get to A school, that image of what the military is when you learned in boot camp, it's going to break apart in A school. And from A school to the ultimate command, wherever you go, from A school, you learn whatever you learn. And then when you go to your ultimate command, you almost feel like you're a civilian again, but you're not. You almost feel like, at least I feel like I have this like chain around me. Like I'm a military personnel, but inside I'm a civilian personnel. I want to do civilian stuff, but I can't because I'm in the military. So yeah, the biggest shocker from A school to your command is, in A school there is some sort of military bearing still relevant, but when you get to your ultimate command, you're gonna find people that just yell, curse, disrespectful to their superiors, first class chiefs, and officers and stuff. You're also going to see people that you come into boot camp with or A school with have a child, get pregnant, get kicked out of the military, or advance faster than you. I have a friend that's a second class, came into boot camp the same time as I did. I'm still in E3. My friend's a second class, so you're gonna see a bunch of instances like that. I'm planning to join the Marines, but people have said many bad things. What's your thoughts about the Marines? Each branch talks crap about other branches. At the end of the day, all uniformed members in each branch is needed, right? Even if that Space Force is created or Space Corps is created, they're going to be essential. They're going to be needed. So if you were thinking about the Marines, go for it. You know, if it aligns with your values physically, it's what you want, it's mentally demanding, go for it, right? At the end of the day, we need each other, right? That's what makes the American military so special and so strong, is each of us, every single person. Thanks for your help. Is the swimming test hard in boot camp? Simon Wong, if you have never swam before, yes, it's going to be difficult. How many ports have you been to and what were the names of them? I have not been to any ports, so I do not know. Depth to boot, know your chain of command. Ships, okay. Swim is easy, man, as long as you can swim, of course, yes. Baby Black, with a lot of emojis. What's up, bro? Rasta Martinez, welcome back. I'm leaving for MEPS Monday. Hopefully, I will be getting sworn in Tuesday. Let me know. CNO, Chief Naval Officer, is here on our base, man. Cool. Try to get some kind of command coin from him or something, like CNO coin. Might as well, man. Say like, hey, I want a command coin or, you know, CO's coin. Get something, like a picture at least. Are you allowed to have overnight company in the barracks? Depends on the barracks. Depends on the barracks, man. You'd be surprised at how many people were sent to fit for failing swim or PFA. Yeah. A lot of people. A lot of people. Are you considered a celebrity on your ship? Nope. Just E nothing. I'm a nobody in my ship. I mean, I'm don't get me wrong, I'm one of the best sailors for my department. For supply department. One of the top E3s, at best one of the top E3s. Maybe not the best, but I think I am. Well, at least I would like to think that I am. Probably not in terms of qualifications, but, you know. Yeah. I went up for my Bluejacket of the quarter board. So each quarter of the year, there's what's called a Bluejacket of the quarter for E3s. And E3 and below. And you compete against other people within the same department, so supply department. So I was nominated, and a couple of other people like CSs and SHs. I didn't think I did too well. Didn't know a lot of the questions. So they'll ask you a question. They'll interview you, right? They'll say like, "Hey, you know, what's the name of the CNO? Admiral Stephen Richardson, right? Or what's your opinion on the newest regulation of, extending people's higher tenure?" Or the other question was, who was the first African American female admiral in the Navy? And I didn't know. And what are the two ships that collided recently? USS Fitzgerald and the La Crystal. And what were the other questions? Like, what's your opinion on can you tell me something about the newest female uniform for PT regulation? I didn't read up on the female PT uniform regulation. I read up on a bunch of other stuff, but not those. And one other question was like, why do you deserve to win Bluejacket of the quarter? And I said, hey, it's because I'm the best of the best. Don't take my words for it. Look at my track record. Look at my history. Look at my awards, qualifications, and judge me based on that. I'm one of the most go-to person in my division, and that's all I said. And I don't think I got it. If I do, I'll be surprised. But yeah. How old am I, Caleb? I am 24 years of age. I'm 24 years young, Caleb. Does every sailor go to A school? Not everyone. There's a chick that is having a baby here on base, second class, got dropped down to third, and separated, adultery, higher tenure. Drama, drama. Don't get pulled into future shipmates. Yeah. Can you invite your siblings or members of your family from other countries to attend your boot camp graduation? Yeah. As long as you make sure the, the command knows, you write their names and all that kind of stuff, they're all right. I think the female regulation had something to do with their hair and hats. Yeah, something, Nemec, something with their uniform. I don't even know. But yeah. I need to go on a diet. I'm kind of on a diet. My lunch consists of pure salad. Kind of skip out on breakfast because I don't have time to eat breakfast. But for dinner, I always pig out, which is bad. Is that vodka in the bottle? No. I'd be dead if I drank this much vodka. Oh, freaking. There was a sailor recently, right? You gotta hear this. He's 19 years of age, right? And I can say this because this is public information now because he got into some serious trouble. He got all over the radio and everything. So there was a sailor who decided to drink underage, right? And he got so intoxicated that he blew a .34 on the alcohol test or whatever. And he decided to get into a car, drive, drink and drive, drinking under the influence, DUI. In the Navy, depending on the ship, my ship, 1 DUI and you're done. Your Navy career is done. So right there, he's done. And because he was so drunk, he drove through fences to an apartment complex, and his car went into a swimming pool. Luckily, he's alive. But yeah, that's what happened. Some people are crazy. No, but this is water, if you're wondering. Pure H2O. Knowing that your first language is Korean, what are your thoughts? Are they Korean or English? If that makes any sense. Yes, mayonnaise man, I know what you mean. Because I came here when I was 8, if I came to America if I was 20, I would probably think in Korean. But since I came at a very young age, I think in English. But I know what you mean. Does the military pay for your mortgage? No, they would not. If I was married, then I'd get BAH and I'd pay my mortgage with that. But other than that, no. What do you think about Space Corps? Will be implemented so people can join? Space Corps, I think, number one, it's a branch of the Air Force. And number two, never know when that's going to be implemented to a reality. So, Do you like cream cheese? Yeah. Buklao, can I smash my girl, the few days after graduation? If you bring your girlfriend to your graduation, get a hotel room, and that's right there. Buklao. Oh. Oh man. Kind of tired because I drank. Which is bad. Would you join the Space Corps? Yeah. I'm not really interested in making a Navy a career, but if I'm in the Navy right now and I would have to be in the Air Force to join the Space Corps, But if the opportunity, let's say there's an opportunity, the military comes out with some program that says, hey, for those of you who want to join the Space Corps, here's your application, you can fill it out. Or, let's say I finish my career 3 years later and the military offers me a really, really good incentive to join the Space Corps, then yeah, I would do Space Corps for like 3-4 years, try it out. I'll be the first in my YouTube channel, first YouTuber to be in the Space Corps to make videos. I think that would be pretty cool. What did you go with Navy right off? Why did you go with right off the bat instead of any other branch? And so one of the biggest reasons why, hold on, let me. Okay. All right. All right, hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm really feeling the effects of alcohol. All right, so why did I join the Navy right off the bat instead of looking into any other branches? And to answer your question, did you take more shots? I did not. I just closed the door and turned the fan here, so it's kind of cooler. So why did I join the Navy? So whenever I thought about joining the military, it was being out at sea, right? I think it's because maybe too much Family Guy, where Stewie's always out at sea and doing his crazy fantasies. But so that was reason one. When I thought about the military, it was always being out at sea. Number two, my brother's in the Army and my cousin's in the Air Force. I didn't want to be in the same branch as they did. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be unique. So I said, you know what, let me be in the Navy so we have a person from different branches, right? Because I think that'd be a pretty cool experience. And I also looked at the different death rates, right? What's the percentage of people that die in each branch a year? And the Navy and the Air Force had the lowest out of the other two, in the Army and the Marines. So I said, you know what? Let me do something unique compared to other people in my family, and let me go with something that's lower death rate. And so I decided to join the Navy. And I didn't like to join the Army and the Marines in the first place because I didn't like the idea of bullets flying at me. Right? Even if it's like a 0.1%, I said no, thank you. Do you regret anything in your military career, Squiddy? Financially, really I'm more concerned about financials. Financially, I could save up. I could have saved up to at least $25,000 to $30,000 if I played my money right, but $22,000, it's not bad. I want to know if I should join the Army or the Navy. I'm trying to move out ASAP, so which do you think would be my best bet? Skank hunt. You have to talk to your recruiters. If you talk to your Navy recruiter and depending on the opening, you could move out. You could ship out next month or next week or 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Same thing with your Army recruiter. You have to talk to your Army recruiter, and depending on the availability, if there's an opening, right, you could ship out for basic next month, next week, next month, or whatever. So it depends. Do you think eventually warfare would lead to stuff like Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, basically Star Wars in the space outside the Earth? Probably in like 50 years. All right. Caught up with all the questions. I'm probably going to close it out here soon, guys. Caught up with the questions. Bakari83 at age 35. Is it advice able B? I don't know what you're talking about. What's advice able B? At 35, I don't know. I don't know what the Army age limit is, but I think you're cutting it close with the Army. The Navy, it's 31, so you can't really join the Navy there. Anybody else got a final question to ask before I close it out here? Ooh. Oh. Oh man. Alright, so if no one else has a question, I think I'm going to close it out here for today. Kind of tired, drank a little bit. Give me a shout out. Baby Black. Shout out to Baby Black. I'm going to close it out here. Thank you for watching today, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Your information is very helpful. See you in the next video. Joseph Harris, thank you. Dominic Pinkley. Dominic Pinkley. Welcome back, Dominic. I've seen you a couple of times. I'm alright. My friend made me drink 2 shots of Jaeger. Kind of very lightheaded. Makes me tired. For those of you who are not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me. Link in the description down below. If you want to see what I did today at work in the ship, you can kind of see what I did through my story. I do stuff with Instagram, so I highly recommend it. And I do follow back. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great Navy day.